So the first Jeddah ePrix, and I'm only going to be talking about the first one because I hadn't had enough time to sit down and watch the second one before midnight would come around, because I wanted to be able to make sure that I had done enough commentary on both of them and watch both of them before I could make my video. And also make sure I got a video out on the 15th. So let's have a quick talk about it, because I have some thoughts. Firstly, well, I've picked a Nissan for the backing video, and it was very nearly a good race for Nissan. Oliver Rowland leading going into the final complex, but running low on charge, Max good to get through. And the man who qualified on pole position ends up taking the win. Gets the fastest lap as well, so a nice handy 29-point haul for him over the course of the day. Rowland in second, Taylor Barnard was in third, Nick De Vries nearly getting Mahindra, the first podium of the season, right? But it was a double points finish with Aiden Mortara also getting into the points. And that's boding really well for Mahindra this season. One of my pre-season predictions was that they would get, I think, what was it that I thought they'd get? At least 13-point scores between the two drivers, even if they ended up scoring less points. I think they are well on track to get ahead of that at the moment. JQ did well for Maserati, as did Stoffel Van Dorn. The biggest nightmare stories happened for Jake Dennis and Nico Muller of the Andrettis, double DNF there, and also for the Porsches. Punches, bodywork flying, it was just an absolute melee. Some of the other stories that came out were Nick Casti also struggling, the Envision starting way back down the field. I mean, I saw that Dan Tickton was complaining about coverage of him as a driver on social media after the race. Not sure how valid it was, either the criticism or his rebuttal, but it was interesting to see nonetheless. And as for the format, I mean, the shortened circuit was always going to produce some kind of logistical problems. Things had to be broken up by, what, three additional chicanes? 2 on the front stretch? I mean, it tells you how permanent that circuit is, but also how customizable it is that they were able to do things like that. But it shows you that because they are able to do things like that so easily and have the same grandstands up and pit buildings up that you would do with the F1 track, the track itself that was given grade 1 because it was designed as a street circuit is a lot more permanent than that. I mean, I know FIA do FIA things, but yeah. The pit stop thing is a nice gimmick. And you see it come into full force at the end of the ePrix when the drivers are using what's left of their electricity. I mean, it's been something they've been talking about since they started working on Gen 3s. You know, I remember hearing the stories of, you know, the guys in the tinfoil lab coats who would be running out to do the fast charging because that was a way of insulating themselves electronically. I like the idea. I'm not sure how valuable it is at a track like Jeddah. It feels like it was more something that was brought in to help Jeddah be able to be a venue for Formula E. Which then brings me to the whole thing about the choice of venue. Now, I liked Diriyah for the ePrix. I thought it was very much your archetypal Formula E track. You could be beating and banging, you could have the attack modes at certain places, you could have different lines. And you can have crashes. But overall, it did stuff that Formula E was great at doing. like going to these venues that Formula 1 couldn't go to and having a street race there. I like to think it set the groundwork for what Extreme E did when they were picking their different locations. One of my favourite ones that Extreme E did was Lac Rose. They were where the final stage of the Dakar Rally used to be, in Dakar. But going to more of these F1 venues, yeah, I didn't expect that. And supposedly we could expect Silverstone or alike to replace London. It's not the same. I think for me the appeal about Formula E is how it can go into the cities, how it can bring the fans to it, rather than make the fans have to travel so much further. Like, it's one of the great successes I think any motorsport can have. Which is why I like the Chicago Street Race that NASCAR has. It's what I think Liberty have done successfully with their in-house ventures such as Las Vegas. And if F1 is looking to try and be more like Formula E, Formula E shouldn't be trying to be more F1. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.